Have you ever seen your friend or a family member, a loved one, a sibling, stop mid-sentence and been so confused with the expression on their faces? The only available option was to talk with your parents about what was observed. I'm talking about an example with behavior. Animals recognize the body and gestures. Horse riders control the animal. Not mentally. Not mentally and mindfully. With a pull of the rope or a gentle nudge with the foot. The atrocity from the videos for as long as I can think back now, here on Capitol Hill in Seattle, Washington, have to do with the philosophy and the ideology, language, slogan for the description, and the mystery, mathematics, professors in the universities and colleges and the husky den keeping their notebooks locked up on their laptops, never stolen by a Tibetan landlord, never returned suddenly with a word of caution about who to tell when stuff goes missing now. One is none. One equals 0 equals two E plus infinity psi. The GI studiers who went to war and came back to learn in college live in places like Bellingham, recovering from LSD binges, taking lithium. Loving tenderly from the PTSD and Adderall to get a good test score, to make families, parents, traditions, and cultural requirements fulfilled. Military indoctrination, adapt, overcome, right, left, right, left, boot camp, buds, officer candidate school, recruiters, instill the phrase, one is none, two is one. And here on Capitol Hill, at the epicenter central location for social excitement now and free services for the poor and the suffering, and rules and restrictions for behavior in public now have made a person who does not believe in their dogma and does not trust their ethics and cannot comprehend the information provided in their world, a lone wolf, a violent, disgusting, racist, who, should they have white skin, will need to visit the Antifa woman in her tribe and see the elder across the hall, who's a minority now. The group, the mass, the crowd, the proud, who are many against the one they say has made capitalism and done bad to their earth now. Chose communities to gather the strength and arranged racially to have power and morale for the soldier and the warrior, and their fist in the air now. They run marijuana shops. They sell weed and pot at the store. They call a reef. And the mistake to ask them how they got the object out of the ocean prohibits any sale. And they ask the customer to leave now. The joy and the fun and the excitement with weed and pot, a joint, a bong rip, are more wasteful and more disgusting and worse tasting than the breath from the drug dealer on the next block over next to the grocery market corner business. A place on Earth, a planet in outer space, has decided the choice to allow a group, a educated mass of frail, angry, horny, and disgusting looking and smelling and hearing and observing humans to provide an example to the world on the place floating in outer space. From what they read in a book, in a class taught by a professor who knew how to indoctrinate and educate and energize their senses. In other words, they taught them how to use their brain and let the authors, the historical brilliance and intelligence and IQ, to make their mind a weapon of mass destruction. Now, and anybody who doesn't want to forget September 11th in 2001, the Gulf War in the 90s, and those who fought to keep energy in the cars and bad people out of the airplanes, bringing people back to their loved ones from overseas. Making the iPhone and the Google tablet with the Facebook and all of the internet to organize the requirements. For a war, nobody in those unfortunate parts of their struggle can comprehend, who can't spend the hours and the years problem solving and making decisions about resources and budgets to afford to learn about the scientific method in artificial intelligence and behavior, and the psychologist who lives next door, who gets paid to live, work, and provide the services for their gift to humanity now. The social conditions don't allow neurology textbooks. They don't allow neuropsychiatry. They don't allow neurophilosophy. They don't allow the consciousness and the philosophy of time. They don't allow the spontaneous brain. They don't allow mind and society. They don't provide essentials for quantum mechanics and quantum wave mechanics going to a movie now.